Story time. So my sister and I decided to go to San Diego. This was shortly after I was widowed, so I was just adjusting to my singleness. And she said, let's go on a trip. So we went to San Diego, and she planned the whole thing. And she had some great activities. We went on a ship to see the whales, and she planned a kayaking trip tour thing to see the sea lions. And we went to the zoo, and she booked the hotel. She just kind of took over. And it was great. And so after we went and saw the whales that morning, we go the afternoon to see the sea lions. And we did a double kayak. And I love my sister, but she cannot kayak. And so I was in the back because I'm heavier than she is. And so we, after we saw the sea lions, we're on our way back, and the lifeguard had told everybody, said, let's meet at the buoy, which, is about half a mile out or quarter mile out from the shore. And I did not know that waves didn't come in all parallel to the shore. I mean, duh. I never thought about it. I just kind of, you see pictures, and when you go to the beach in the Gulf, it's very different than the ocean. The Gulf waves kind of all come in, all come parallel to the shore. But in the ocean, that's just not the case. And so they don't. I guess the Gulf, that's true too. It's like the land's not straight, but like on the beach, they kind of all look like they come in parallel, but they don't. So we were headed to the buoy, so we were kind of going at a diagonal to the shore already. And this wave comes the exact same angle we were, and they just turned us over, and we were way out in La Jolla, in the cove, and we were like, ooh, it's freezing. And it was very cold, and all I could say was, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold. But through my brain is going a whole bunch of thoughts, and I'm freaking out because, first of all, the obvious, shark. Okay, so I'm like, sharks, because I'm fresh meat here, And another thing is, okay, how am I going to solve this situation? Because I'm not in the kayak, and I don't know if you ever tried to get in a kayak while in the water. It's not the easiest thing. And I'm like, I'm pretty far out, and I'm a good swimmer, but I'm pretty far out. And if I can't get my butt back in that kayak, can I swim that far back to shore? And like I said, I'm a good swimmer, but I'm thinking that's a far piece, And of course, it's not a swimming pool, it's the ocean. So I'm like, what am I gonna do here? And of course, all the while, it's cold. And so we get my sister back in the kayak, and I'm just like, how am I gonna do this? So all the people kind of corral around us, and I slide back. They put my feet up, and they kind of slide me back in the kayak. So I'm like, okay, so we're good. We're headed back to shore. We're sopping wet, and we get back on the shore, and then we start asking the lifeguard questions. Now that we're safe, we're figuring out the situation. So we asked the lifeguard, how far were we out when we fell in? And he said, oh, y'all are about a half mile out. And we were like, okay, so how deep is it right there? And he's like, it's not that deep. It's only like 600 feet deep. And we're like, 600 feet deep? You could fit a lot of sharks in 600 feet. 10 feet would be bad enough. You could fit a shark in at least one shark in 10 feet. Maybe two. It's 600? That's a lot of sharks. So I was kind of like, oh, 600 feet deep. I'm glad we're back on shore. And he's like, there's no sharks in La Jolla. We're like, it's the ocean, dude. So we get back to the hotel, and we both crash. We take our showers, and we crash and go to bed. And the sun was still out, and we were turning out the lights, and we checked that off our bucket list because we're never doing that again. Have a great day.